Good morning. Welcome back. This is Claudia, and I'm about to record the first healing session for YouTube. This is a concept that's new for me, and I'm just experimenting as I go along. But I feel really, really called to look into energy and into the changes that are happening and sort of, guide us, help us get guidance on how to move through those energies. So what I would like to do is look into some main themes and then really focus on the energy. So I was gonna say, without further ado, these two already come falling out. So let's get started. We have the wolf moon, which is hunger, and we have the green corn moon, which says patience. I feel that this is already showing the difficulty in this current moment as I'm experiencing it, and I'm sure many others are experiencing it at the same time. The hunger representing like the energy to want to do something, to hunger for something, to want to make something happen, to want to know something, to absorb it, to eat it, to be active about something. And on the other hand, there's patience. Patience, where we are not doing so much. We are just witnessing. We're just being present and just observing. So this is like, yes, no, go, 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 no, break. And it's very beautiful actually, because this is feels very true to me. Okay, so let's see. That's like a dynamic that's going on. What else is a theme for this healing session when we look into the energies of what's going on? How can we, how can we help answer the call? What is your soul calling you to do? So that's a beautiful question, because I can imagine, I just recorded another video in which I was talking about how it's difficult for many people to move from the hustle and bustle of everyday life into this quarantine situation where you are required to stay at home most of your time. So you take away a lot of factors that are usually keeping people very occupied, and now what they focus on shifts a little bit. And of course, it's still very busy because there's many things that need to be done still. But take the time to be quiet and go within, ask yourself, what is it that I want to do, that I long to do? What's the message my soul is trying to give me, is still far away for many people. But it's very important, because now we are being distracted by these two different energies, like the hungry, moving forward, wanting to satisfy this need, hunger for this need, and at the same time being patient. This is also making sure we're already a bit exhausted and we don't take the time to answer this call. Another thing is, your soul might be very hungry for you to answer your call. So these two cards are also closely connected. So different message. Obviously, this is a general reading, so it applies to each and every one of us differently. But it's important to understand that this is also your soul crying out for food. And then you can choose, do you feed the black wolf, which is feeding the fear and anxiety and stress of this moment? Or are you choosing to feed the white wolf, which is compassion, peace, patience, understanding, trust, being connected to your higher self? Make sure you understand which wolf you are feeding in these times, because that will be determining largely how you are feeling and how your energy is responding. You can be hungry from a place of lack and uncertainty and need, or you can be hungry for expansion from a place of light. And that might be what your soul is calling you to do, and you just have to answer that call. So energetically, that's very, very nice. And then something about the journey, because I feel we are all journeying during these times. What energy is important for us in this healing session? What can be healing for us to know about the journey? Rejuvenating rain, yes. Clear the past, heal the present. So that's very beautiful, because this is about revitalizing yourself, about taking time to really cleanse and let go of all the energies that are not serving you. So energetically, we might feel like we're sort of in a split, like I just said, because fiery, passionately wanting to move, wanting to sort of break out. But look at his energy, or the energy of this card, and look at her. She's calm. She's in the rain. She's touching the water. She's allowing herself to be cleansed. She's allowing her field to be cleansed. She's allowing herself to be balanced. So the healing session basically already is quite clear, and it says, take time to move beyond the distraction. These two energies are sort of trying to get you in, and take the time to be rejuvenated and feel. Oh, the light goes out. Well, there we go. Feel what it is you need to answer, you know? The calling of your soul. Like, oftentimes we feel that's this really big, big thing. Oh, I have to completely give up my life as I know it right now, and I have to do something completely different. I have to sit on a mountaintop all day and meditate. That's not what this is about. Your answering your call might be as simple as reading a book that you've been wanting to read, or something that attracts your attention, like a documentary, or a movie, or going someplace for a walk, or just sitting in your garden, or go for a walk around in the woods somewhere. It might be a very small thing that you can do that helps you to answer your call, because this is not necessarily about the big calling. It's about being connected to what makes you happy or what lights you up. And then again, you might also literally be healing your garden by watering it. I don't know how it is in the Netherlands. It has not been raining a lot lately, so your garden might need a bit of clearing and tending to. And that could also be just the call of your soul to go outside and start caring for your grounds. Let's take a look at the energy. Here we're going to look at the actual chakra cards. So what energy do we need to focus on, or what can help us in the healing? What can help us in the healing? You can help us in the healing, and you can help us in the healing. Okay. So let's see. Family. This is your root chakra. Belonging, community, culture, and tribe. So a lot of fear is stored in our root chakra, where we are not feeling connected, where we are not feeling safe. Your root chakra really is about your primal instincts, basically, making sure you have food, you have shelter, you have sleep, you can procreate. That's your root chakra. And it feels to me like the root chakra needs a bit of attention in order to heal and to feel more secure. And of course, it has to do with family, because this card has a family theme. And it might also be that you feel it can go two ways. Like, your family might need some of your attention to make sure it stays nice and clean and grounded as your miniature collective, like it's your little universe you're living in right now, and you might want to spend time making sure your little universe is feeling safe and happy and grounded and is not ruled by fear. It might also be for some of you that you get absorbed too much by your family and you need to spend some time apart, break free from them to work on your own grounding. Yes, and then this is the all-seeing eye. This is your sixth chakra. This is your third eye. And because many of us might be feeling fearful and a bit stressed about the basics of our situation. So this might also be fear about money, about your future, about, you know, being able to provide for your family, or maybe even about your social status changing. If you are one of the people who gets hit hard by this crisis and loses money over it. So having this chakra operate on fear, it might make it much more difficult for you to actually see the truth and to gain knowledge. But energetically, it's all one system. So you might be able to have a very clear and active sixth chakra where you see things, but the wisdom and the vision and the knowledge of what you see might not actually be able to fully integrate in you because your lower chakra is, or your base chakra, your root chakra is not involved in the process enough. So what you see and what you learn here in this type of energy needs to be brought down by you through your system to, your first chakra, so you can integrate this. Because every time you learn something or you understand something new, you sort of reinvent yourself and you recreate yourself, like you add a new component to who you are as a person and in your energetic field. But it needs to be incorporated. So, you know, you can put the pieces of the puzzle loosely aside on the table and they can be the right pieces next to each other. But if you don't actually connect them by putting them in the right, like, whole, it's not going to be the complete picture. It's not going to show itself. It's not going to fully make a complete picture. And that's what these energies are telling me right now, that it's very important to work on integrating the wisdom. And also clearing this chakra, being very being well grounded, being sure of your place on earth, being sure you are always loved no matter what happens. Your value does not depend on having money or losing money or having to change things. This makes it more easy to see the truth, because a new perspective, new knowledge, new clarity on the situation is available to you. And it will be easy for you to see and pick up the clues if your grounding is well taken care of. So having said that, let's see what this one is. Third eye chakra. So there is a lot of knowledge for us to see. And energetically, we are really being asked to see a new truth, to open up to a new perspective. So that's beautiful, because seeing this new perspective might help you answer your call also. What is it your soul is calling you to do? Being able to see a new perspective might make it easier for you to balance your hunger with your patience, you know? So it doesn't have to be like this all the time. So it can be more equal, more steady, more grounded, more flexible. That's beautiful. Okay, to end this reading, the healing session. What do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to do two more things. One is pick a tarot card to go with the chakra cards. So can you give us a little bit more additional information on the three chakra cards that we have here? we have the Four of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, so as I was just saying, like, there's two Cups cards here, so there's a lot of emotions going on. Well-being is within reach, this card says. But the question is, do you want to see it? Do you want to take a look at it? In this card, like, she is looking in the other direction where she has three cups that are apparently meaningless to her. She might be mourning some loss. She might be bored. We don't know what she's thinking. She looks a little bit lonely. And here you have this rainbow and a hand that's offering her a new cup. So the question is, are you willing to accept the new cup? Are you willing? Because this cup can offer you new stability, new ground to stand on, a new tribe, a new community to associate with, or a new dimension to your current community. So, Four of Cups is the energy that is connected to the base chakra. And the question is, are you willing to accept the healing and the possibility that is being offered to you? So that's a question of willingness. And then as far as the third eye chakra is concerned, we get the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Wands is all about standing your ground where outside circumstances might be trying to push you away from your ground, from your inner knowledge. But you don't need to let that happen. You have the choice. And the Seven of Cups card basically is a choice card. So you don't know what's underneath any of these cups. You don't know what vision is going to be presented to you next. You do know that you have the choice of what you are looking at. So very strongly, once you go inward, like she is beautifully doing in this card, let me hold them up for you. She's turning inward. She's connecting to her own center, her own knowledge, her own wisdom, and she's standing her ground. And that will make it a lot easier for her to make this choice in the outside world. Like, what do you choose to focus on? And so what do you choose to look at? What is it your third eye wants you to see? So going within and meditate and connecting to your own fiery passion is very important to be able to help you through this confusion, because this card talks about the choice that you have to make, but it also talks about like illusions and not basing your choice on reality or facts, but basing it on clouded judgment, clouded by emotions, I should say. So to get clarity on what you can look at, the Seven of Wands is really saying, stand your ground, but do it quietly, peacefully. It's not about fighting to get your point across. It's really about going inward to connect to the choices that you have, and therefore understand which choice is yours, what it is you want to look at. Because your vision is going to help you, but it needs to be clear. It needs to be clear. Yeah. Just to check, the Emperor comes out with the Seven of Cups, and that's telling me you have a strong vision, and you are strong as a person. You don't have to be afraid that you are going to make a wrong choice, because your choice is your right choice to make, and you can trust that. Like the Emperor is masculine energy, like the Empress is feminine energy, and he knows, like he trusts himself, and he's not clouded by emotions, he just makes the decision that's best for everybody. So you have your own inner masculine energy that will help you to make this choice. And I get this really strong feeling that this choice it's presented before you because you are afraid to actually see. So you're like clouding your vision by having all these different things. And that's why it's so important to go within and trust the strength, trust the structure, trust the leadership. You can take charge of your own life by taking charge of your vision and deciding actively what it is you want to look at. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful guidance. All right. I'm going to close this off by pulling one card from the dragons. The dragons always love to communicate. So for this healing session, what would you like us to close this session off with? Let's see. Earth and Air Dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. Well, that sort of summarizes the whole story up. You can't make this up. You know, Erica Elmwood says that all the time, and she makes me laugh when she does that. But this is the balance that we're struggling with. This is the grounding that we're supposed to work on. This is the vision that's asking to be seen. If we are able to clear ourselves, to calm ourselves, to go within, to clear the grounding, and to actually make the choice to accept what is rightfully ours. Stay balanced, ground your visions. Well, that's what I'm wishing for you for this week. You stay balanced, you ground your visions, and please work on your memory because you are super loved, and I so want you to remember that. So until next time, I wish you that and have a great day. Bye.